Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're looking at Mark H. Walker's Lock and Load Heroes of Stalingrad once again, and because it's been requested on my game channel by one of my subscribers, I'm going to actually show you how to create a scenario in the editor, kind of step by step here, some of the things that I've figured out. So here we go. As you can see, when you go into the editor, it's complicated, it's undocumented, and it's scary. They give you this information right up front. So if you're going to be creating your own scenarios or thinking about it, definitely you want to get around and mess around with it like I have and try different things and try to figure out how to set up different scenarios and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and go into the editor here. So this is, I'm hoping to get this whole mission done in less than 45 minutes. So if you be patient, we can get it done. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit our tab screen. Down here is all the different main controls you have. So tab is going to be one of your most important ones. So we're going to hit our tab key. This is going to give us our information about our mission here. First thing you want to do is usually check your maps. So you can see quite a big, you could have a 3x3 map if you wanted to. We're just going to create a small single map, and so I'm going to click on the change button here. You could flip this one, you can change it. There's lots of different maps. So what I'm thinking for a scenario is basically the Germans are attacking a town or village where the partisans have jumped in and been causing a lot of problems, been disrupting their supply and everything. So the Germans are going into the village. They have to find the leader and they have to kill the leader of the partisans, and that should scatter the rest of them around. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. So we're going to have to find a good map here. Let's look at the city map. That looks a little bit too much. I was looking for maybe, let's try this number 6 and see what this one looks like. No, I'm looking for more like a village. There's a village. Let's see what village looks like. That's pretty good. Now, should we flip it? Nope, I think we'll keep it like that. So once you get your map, and like I said, you could add another one over on this side, connect them up, flip this. You could have a really wide map, you could have really tall, whatever you wish to do. But in this case, we're just going to create a one map mission here. And so once you're done with that, you get your map you like, you just hit the finish button and the return, and it'll take us back to our main screen here. It defaults to the terrain view, and normally this is a good view if you're looking to do things that like set up different victory hexes and such. But we're not looking at doing that yet. So I'm going to go to F2 mode because it clears out everything on the map so you can see. It's a lot easier to see what's going on. So what I'm thinking is the Germans are going to come in from the south here. Actually, maybe they'll come over from the west. Let me think. Which way would be better? We'll have them come in from the south. That's what we'll do. We'll have them come in from the south, and basically the partisans will be up here in the village hanging out. And like I said, the Germans have to find the partisan leader and kill it. So that's what we'll do. We'll set that up. So first thing we'll do is we'll get our partisans out there. And to do that, you can see here, right now we're looking at German squads. And we can go to the next country by hitting the A and the S key. So we'll hit S, goes to civilians, and then it goes to partisans. And of course, you could keep scrolling through just by hitting the A and the S keys. But we want the partisans here. So let me go back to them right there. And then the next thing is once you have your country selected, or your faction in this case, this will be the counter you're actually working with. You can scroll the next counter and the previous counter by hitting the Z and the X keys. So the main thing we have to find some dude that is the partisan leader. That might be a good choice. Let me think. We could make him a hero. Sure, let's do that. Let's make it the hero. This guy right here. Alright, so we got to find a spot. We're just going to just right click the map when we're in unit mode, F2 mode, we can right click and just hit the counter and add them. Now I don't really care where I position this guy right off the bat here, because I can always move him if I want, just by clicking on him and left clicking in on another spot, so I can move him around. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up deploy zones, because I want to keep this interesting so that you can play this mission many times, and it'll be different every time. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of the partisans out there and give them, let's see, we have 03, 4. Yeah, we'll have a couple of these guys. So we'll add a right click, add a counter, right click, add a counter, right click, add a counter, right click, add a counter. Now remember, what we're going to do is we're going to make the whole bottom row available for the Germans to come in. And so the partisans aren't going to know if they're going to be coming in this way and coming around, or if they're going to all stack up over here and come in. So it depends on what the German player wants to do. The main job they have to do is protect this guy, because if this guy dies in the mission, then they will lose. And we can do that by setting up, right-clicking on the counter, and we will make him... what is it we need to make him now? Let me think. Mission flag. There we go. See a little green dot on him. You notice when I click on the other unit, oops, move him back. Hello, move him back. Notice when I click on the other units, they don't have the little green dot, which means he is marked special. And I'll show you how to set that up in a little bit here. So let's see what else we can do here. We got some guns. We'll add a partisan gun there. And let's see. Maybe add a scout over here. And... just trying to think of what else we could add. Maybe another scout down here. So what do we have here? Let's see. Add one of these guys there, one of these guys there. We'll give this guy the machine gun. So that's there's the little partisans hiding out in the village. There's their leader. So there we go. We got that all set up. And like I said, I'm not really worried about where I'm positioning these guys now, because some of these guys we're going to mark as deployable, and we're going to have deployable zones that they can go into. So let's look at the Germans. So next thing we're going to do is the A and the S key. And should we make these SS Germans? That would be interesting. I think we'll just use our regular Germany as opposed to SS. So next thing we'll do is A and the the Z and the X key will go to the next units. So we're going to give this guy, we're going to put a couple of these MG42s down, and let's see. Let's get some units out here. Okay. Let's add that, add that, add that. Again, I'm just right-clicking to add this. So we got a little squad with their machine MG42s. And then let's add some regular infantry units here. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Let's add a couple of these guys. Alright, and let's add a couple leaders here. Lieutenant Warts. We'll give it to him. Let's see who else we have for leaders. Again, I'm just using the Z and the X. Let's scroll through the different German units. There's a leader. Let's add that. And we already used Warts. Let's see. Here's a guy. Alright. So we got them 1, 2, 3 leaders. That should be plenty. Alright. Looks good. Maybe let's give them sniper as well. Give them, no, I can't. Snipers are a little weird. When you add snipers, they have no movement whatsoever, which means once you place them on the map, they can't move. So they wouldn't be good to actually, if you're going to be defending, having a sniper is good, but as the attacking force, I mean, I could put my sniper here and he could shoot a couple people over on this side, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. Let's right click and we'll add the sniper there. So he'll be kind of just having to watch this quadrant over here. Alright, so we've done that. Last thing, let's go back to the partisans here. Let's give them a leader. Whoops, wrong button. A and the Z key here. They only have one leader? Really? Wow. Okay, so a hero will be able to rally people, but okay, we'll give them her as well. Sure, why not? There we go. Okay. So that's pretty good start there. Not too bad. Like I said, I'm not too worried about where I'm actually placing the units right this second, because we're going to make some of these units partisans deployable, and we're going to make the whole German side deployable as well. So how do we do that? That's a good question. I'm going to show you that. Just looking to see if there's anything else we want to add. This is going to be enough firepower to break through the partisans. I would think so. I only got one leader. I do have a hero. Sure. Well, of course, we could test this out. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we can actually, you can see right here, shift click makes deploy zones. So what I'm going to do is shift click, and you notice when I do that, let me zoom out, when I do that it makes the whole area red. Alright, and what we have to do is we've got to change that for each side. So what we have to do here is right click a hex, whoops, shift, click, left click, sorry. So what I'm thinking about doing is just making any of the first two hexes on the bottom of the map deployable for the German side, so they can put their units in any one of these hexes. Now, all you have to do is, this guy won't be deployable. You know what? Sure, let's make him deployable. Here's how you make a unit deployable. You just click on it, right click, and click on deployable. So now you can see he's deployable. And up. That's not what I meant to do. That's one of the things I don't like when you're dealing with the unit and it highlights it. When you right click it, it makes it white like you want to move it. I don't want to move it, so then you gotta click on it again. So deployable, click on this guy, deployable, deployable, deployable. We're just going around making all of the German forces deployable, so that I did it again. Alright. Move him back. There we go. So that way, the German player can then put his units in any of the deployables. So, I did it again. So aggravating. I want these two to go back there. Thank you. Deployable. Oh, the other thing I should be doing is deployable. Oh, gosh. Did it again. Deployable. It's not really that big a deal because I am going to be there. They are able to be deployed. Oops. No. Thank you. Deployable. The other thing I want to do is I want them to all be hidden in place so that the partisan units and the German player cannot see one another once they've deployed all their units. So they don't know where everything is. So I'm going to add hide in place, HIP, hide in place, hide in place. This guy I will move over there because I want him with some units. Hide in place, hide in place. Did it again. That's great. Click back on that. I would definitely had this done in 45 minutes if I wouldn't be screwed up. Come on now. Let's go back over there. Thank you. Jeez. See, when you right-click them, it highlights it in white, which makes it movable. And to go to the next hex, you have to click on it, so it thinks you want to move the unit over there. So what you have to do is click it again so it's not white, and that way it won't move. But you got to remember to do that every time. Hide in place. So deployable, hide in place, deployable, hide in place. We'll double check this. I should have done this when I was making them deployable. Hide in place. Oh. Hide in place. And I did it again. Hide in place. And move that guy over there. Alright, so we could just click through, deployable, hide in place, deployable, hide in place, deployable, hide in place for these guys, and these guys, these guys, these guys. Oh, these guys are not deployable. So, deployable and hide in place. There we go. Double check over here. They're good. And this guy's good as well. Alright. Now, we have, if I look at my shift, hold the shift key down, you can see right now everything's in red except for this area in green, which means side 1 can then use any of these green spaces for his units that are marked as deployable, which we'll show you here in just a minute. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we are going to make a couple of the partisans units deployable. So the next thing we need to do is make some areas that they can deploy in. So we'll make a couple spaces up there. And notice I'm making these blue. So we'll make so basically all the terrain on their side except for these buildings down here at the bottom. And we'll make obviously this guy here. He is going to be deployable and he's going to be hidden in place. So basically they can start him in any one of these areas. So the German player is not going to know if he's up here in the top corner, if he's down here, wherever. Next thing, we'll make a couple of these other units. Sure, well, let's choose this guy here. That's fine. We'll make him deployable and hide him in place. Next, same thing. Hide in place and deployable. Alright. We'll make this guy with this machine gun. Hide in place and deployable. Hide in place. Oop. Deployable. Okay. Good. I'll make this guy hide in place. Deployable as well. So we got that guy there, that guy there. I don't know if we'll do all of the partisans. I don't think we want everybody to be deployable and hide in place. That's fine. So we got him, 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 and him. We'll make it so that the leader and this guy and and these two guys are known. Maybe maybe the Germans have spotted them, so they know where their location is, but they won't know where the rest of these units are. Okay, so that's pretty much the setup of the map right now. If we hit our tab key again, we're going to come up to blank map. We're going to rename this Kill. We'll just name it Kill for a second. Let's return back in and see what this guy's name is. Oh my gosh. I had to write this one down. Gurevich. Gurevich. G-U-R-E-V-I-C-H. Okay. Tab. Go back into here. Kill. G-U-R-E-V-I-C-H. Kill Vergis. Scenario text. Obviously, partisans, P-A-R-T-I-S-E-N-S. Partisans, P-A-R-T-I-Z-E-N-S. Gosh. How do you spell partisans? Terrible. Terrible speller. P-A-R-T-I-S. Write that down. P-A-R-T-I-S-A-N-S. Okay, thank you. Back in. P-A-R-T-I-S. The partisans are in all kinds of trouble for the German war scene. A-D-I-R-E. A direct order from H-I-T, a direct order from Hitler to remove them immediately. Direct order from Hitler is to remove them in the town of Portugal on March 22nd, 1942. Town of Portugal on March 22nd, 1942. The Germans move in for the kill. The German player must kill P-R-T-I-S partisan. What's his name again? G-U-R-E-V-I-C-H within 8 turns. Or victory. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Alright, so that's pretty much, I mean, we can get a little bit more fancy-dancy with our text in there, but, you know, everybody gets the info there. So we got 8 turns here. Alright, side 1 is Germany, side 2 is, must be Soviet Union, okay. Initiative, we're going to roll. Map info we already did. We're not going to have any special events. Victory conditions, we are going to have a victory condition, and that is, the victory conditions are always from the perspective of player 1. In this case, it's Germany. And in this case, we have to eliminate marked units from side 2. And we have to kill one of them. Eliminate marked units, side 2, 1. And then, of course, if we had, you know, a unit on the German side that had to live, we could do that. We could also set up victory hexes. But this scenario, that we're just after that one partisan guy. Everything else should be okay, I think, there. Good. Scenario text, we got. Victory conditions, purchase, we're not doing. AI, Germany is attack. Reevaluate after turn, well, let's just say 7. Soviet Union is going to be 1. Defend. And reevaluate after 6 turns. Tutorial, multiplayer. Most of this stuff isn't going to apply over here. This is if you want artillery from the off-board, if you want to include hidden units or not. Alright, let's see. Let's see. What else do we need to do? Well, Control S is going to save it. We're going to name this kill G-U-R-E-V-I-C-H. Alright. So we've saved it. We're now going to exit out. And we're going to test it. We're just going to go to new thing. Let's see if we actually have... No, it's probably called... blank map. Let's see. Nope, that's my other scenario. That's not what I want. That was the other one I was doing some testing on to figure out. Yeah. Good. You want initiative. Great. Exit. Sorry, folks. I had to find my new game. A, C, D, F, G, H, I. Oh, there it is, right there. Alright, the partisans are causing all kinds of trouble. For the German war machine, the direct order from Hitler is to remove them immediately. In the town of Potarskovo on March 22nd, 1942, the Germans move in for the kill. The German player must kill partisan Grudovitz within 8 turns for victory. A scenario is 8 turns long. We'll hit start. Well, first we'll test the German side, and we'll hit begin. And you can see here that all of our units should be anyways, deployable. So we can click on them, and then we can highlight them and say, okay, I want you to start here. I want you guys... no one's carrying the weapon. Alright. Well, we can maybe look at that later. We can start these guys maybe here. These guys are also not carrying weapons, so they're not going to be able to be moved. Maybe these guys here are going to start here, and this guy maybe start over there. Maybe he'll loop around this way. Alright, once we're done deploying, the computer is going to do the same thing. And it looks like I've got the dice working again, right? If you looked at my last scenario, the dice weren't working. Alright, so that looks good. And now we can see, remember those units, the partisan units that we did not mark as hideable in place. We can see those units now. The other ones that we marked as hidden in place and deployable are obviously been deployed by the computer. So let's just hit finish there. Yeah. Alright. Yo, I just wanna... Oh my god, I'm just trying to hit escape so I can exit the scenario. Yes. Now we'll go back in. New game, new scenario. We could check on the Russian side. We'll make that the Soviet side. Make that the human and the Germany. We'll hit begin here. You can see we have our deployable units here. So we can say, okay, we want you guys. Oh, because he doesn't own the weapon. Okay. Alright. Go back over there then. Go back over there. Oh, I can't move him back over there? Damn. Once you move him, you must be... Let's do this. Let's see if we can move this guy out. Now let's see if we can move that guy back. Nope. Okay. Well, that was a little error on my part. Oh, now I can move him. Beautiful. Oh, because that hex is not deployable. That's why you can't go back into that hex. Huh. Interesting. Good choice on my part. I mean, I messed up that, but that's good to see that. Alright, so the main thing is, where are we going to put our hero? I think we're going to hide him back here in this corner over here as the Russian player and see what happens. Of course, you can see none of the German units here. We don't know where they're lining up. We don't know what kind of configuration they're going to use or anything. These guys here, we're going to put them in that building there. This guy here, put him there. Alright, we'll keep a couple guys to help protect in case he's bringing guys up this way. These guys can't be deployed. This guy can. Let's bring him... We could try to trap the Germans into thinking he's over here. We'll put him back here, and if they see units in there, they might think he's over here. You know, because all we have to do is basically delay the Germans 8 turns from killing him. And once we hit start, we got the dice working right again, for that's good. Computer has passed. Interesting. Okay. That's a little unusual, but yeah. Alright, so that looks like it's working just fine, just PT, just perfect the way it should. This is ready to go. Multiplayer, you could play this immediately. You could even play it against the computer, obviously, as you can see there. But let me go back in the editor here. Control L brings up a list of all of our different things. I must say you have to be careful when you're clicking on this. Unfortunately for myself, I was making a map called Tank Assault, I think was the name of it, and I clicked on Tank Fight, and I saved it, and so it overwrote this map. So right now my Tank Fight is the wrong map. I have to get my buddy to send me the map so I can overwrite this with the correct version. But anyways, so you have to be careful on that. But we're going to load this. So there we go. So let's Control Shift, and let's make this hex deployable as well. There we go. Alright, so there you go. That was pretty quick. That was only about 30 minutes to make that. Now, of course, you know, this is only a one map scenario. It's not huge, granted, but you could definitely see that with the deployable zones and the objective of just trying to kill this one guy here. In fact, what I want to do is I want to Control S to save. I want to go back in. I want to check something. Alright, save that. Should ask you to override it, which you should say yes, because once you have the correct name. Alright, Control Q. I want to go back in. I want to see something. Yeah. Kill start. I want to be the German player again. And there we go. Okay. I'm just going to take the default setup for now. What I want to do, yes, here it is, up here in the top right hand corner. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so we have weapons that we can pick up. I need to, yes, I know no one's carrying it. Finish. You. Yes, I know it can't be activated. I want to... Hello? I wanted to pick that up. It's a little weird. I think, yeah, I went on to the operations phase. I didn't get a chance to pick them up. That's fine. I have to figure out how to assign the weapons to units, and I haven't figured that out yet. I'll be honest with you. I haven't figured that out yet. Like I said in the beginning of this, it's undocumented. The only reason I know this stuff is because, you know, I brought up that other map, and that's how I was testing these deployable zones to see how the deployable zones worked. Because it doesn't tell you, like if I click on this, what happens and such. So you can see the 4 partisan units that we know about. Of course, if we decide, yeah, well, let's just make these all hidden, we can make these all hidden and deployable as well. And so that would make things really interesting. But I think it's going to be hard enough for the Germans anyways. They only have 8 turns. They got to basically go around this whole map trying to find this guy. And if the Soviet player is smart, he will keep that unit it won't fire, it won't move, so that way the German player will never know. So he's going to have to send units all over the map trying to find it. So yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's see. Let's exit out of this scenario really quickly and see if we can figure out. Control L brings up your load, so you can load the scenario. Open. Alright, so let's see if we can figure out how to make this. Random place, AI, campaign core unit, group, move, watch, rescue, adjacent, fleeing, hiding place, deployable, fixed position, mission flag, toggle abandon, toggle button, toggle skill card, arrival time, switch side center. See, I don't know. I can't Maybe I have to have them both highlighted. Let's, can I... Oh, wait. Random place. No, I don't want to random place it. Let's try to see. I can keep these both highlighted, maybe. And no. Yeah. I get the same options here. I'm just not sure how to assign that gun so that he has that. Bummer. Because I really like the units to start with guns. Since I said I would be done in 45 minutes, I thought, well, I'll spend a couple minutes seeing if I can figure this out. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Toggle abandon, toggle button. That would be for, I'm assuming, like vehicles, tanks, be buttoned up or not. Abandoned would be like a abandoned vehicle, I would think, not a weapon. Control group, move, hex, watch hex, adjacent fling. Fix position. Yeah, great. I don't know. Can't tell you. Oops. Move that guy back over here anyways. Jason, activate, rescue. Mission flag, though, that's not going to do it for us. Let's see. Let's hit F7. It's machine gun hexes. Fire group hexes. F6. Machine gun. Yep. That's for like scripting different things for their mission. Like if you want, a patrol to be walking along and then the Germans attack them or whatever. Patrols. Yep. I don't know. I just don't know how to get the guns. The only thing I can think of is toggle abandon. If I do that, Yep, I don't know, folks. Oh well. So that's kind of a really quick overview of the editor again. It's undocumented, and there's not a lot of information on it. And like I said, most of the things I've figured out so far has just been messing with it. So you can see that it's not that hard, really. Terrain, you don't really have to do much with the terrain. The only thing you would mostly do with the terrain is you would right-click it to set up victory hexes or special AI important hexes or battle exit the battle hexes. Besides that, I mean, each of the locations has already been marked with what's in, walls and crops and buildings and all that. So that's already been done. And the line of sight seems to work pretty good. I'm in line of sight mode here. You can see that's clear, that's blocked. That's blocked. That's blocked. Looks. Oh, that's blocked. Let's see if we go from over there. It's clear. It don't even tell you if it's got hindrances. You can see there degrading one. That's blocked. I mean, the line of sight. So pretty much, you're not going to be messing around with that line of sight or terrain. Units, you're just going to be placing the different units off board. I'm assuming you can assign off-board units for, like, if a plane comes in to drop bombs or whatever. But I haven't even investigated that yet. But it's not bad. It's not too hard, really. It's pretty good. And most of the time, you're just going to be setting up maps and units and multiplayer mode. is really easy. It's just scripting the AI, which I haven't figured out how to do that yet. If I was going to script the AI for the partisan player here, it would be about, making sure that they don't fire with this guy, or they don't move this guy at all. Because once the Germans know where he's at, it's over. It's over. So, but having these deployable zones, lots of different options. He could be hiding in any one of these. So the German has to make sure he's got. He's going to be able to get around to all these different spots. I don't know. Partisans. None of them have any attack factor, so they're all zeros. So, and they only got, most of them have morale of 5, 6, as opposed to the Germans, who have, MG42s. Once they get into position, they'll have 3 firepower. So I think this is going to be pretty balanced. I'd probably test it just to see. But and of course they got a sniper they can position somewhere. So they could put him here. They can't put him here, but they could put him here. And I think actually this is probably a pretty good area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could hit that hex, this hex, this hex, and this hex. This hex and this hex. So anybody hiding in this side, he could just attack. Yeah. There you go, folks. There's a scenario in under 45 minutes, like I said. Let's quick out of that one more time here. Go to our scenario. And there we go. And you can see, we've got it deployable. No one is carrying the weapon. Yep, I know. Status cannot be changed. Yep. Alright, yeah, I would definitely have to fix that to make this scenario viable. I would have to be able to assign these, or else these guys, this guy, and this guy can't move. I could just make them undeployable, so they have to start at these locations, which is fine. It's not going to kill anybody. There you go. In under 45 minutes, we got a nice mission. You could play this many different times and not have not know where the enemy is because of the deployable zones. That's great. I love it. Alright, folks, thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, leave them below, and we'll talk to you next time.